Hi. It's good to see you all. um, for those of you that were on with me last night, you know I broke my computer. Not 5 minutes after the gathering, I get a text from Bud, and he says, "Hey man, I got a computer ready for you. Just tell me when to drop it off." For those of you that don't know, Bud is the amazing Supergirl sidekick. Batman, Robin, Lone Ranger, Tonto, Supergirl, Bud. Yes, he was over here today dropping off a new computer that I am working with right now. Hopefully, I got everything set up and working properly. He also, this is a unique situation for me on a gathering. He brought over a really nice single malt scotch. Now, I have got, oh, that's really good. I like Jameson. I call that's my adult apple juice, right? But, he brought over something called, I can't pronounce it, Lafroig. What'd you say, Al? Lafroig. She says Lafroig, like it's very obvious from the spelling. But in my opinion, it is very confusing. And it is also very good. And also very strong. And for some reason or another, I decided on this lazy, awesome day that I've had with Al, just hanging out together and enjoying a day we didn't have to run around. I decided to pick a bunch of songs that I've only played once or twice on a gathering, all new to the Gathering series, and try them, which means every single one of them are going to be challenges for me. And I'm a couple whiskeys deep at this point, so we're just gonna strap in and see what happens. Okay. Man, it's nice to be with you all. We've got another Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We got 3 more days before back out for the last handful of shows with the bandies. It's nice to be with you. Okay. This is called The Way You Saved Me. Was an awkward mess. You were the queen of class. Right place, dumb luck. Just trying to fill up my glass. Somehow you came over with your mischief and your grace. First time I lost my heart. First time I saw your face. The way you saved me. You saved me. The way that we fly, the look in your eyes, when you saved me. You saved me. Every day, towing that line, picking me up, me steady every time. You could have been anything in this world. I still can't believe you chose to be my girl. Will you save me? save me. The up and down drive, the years going by, you know you save me. You save me. The miracles we've seen. Two kids made for you and me. Every night, a little prayer for them as we turn out the lights. They build their world filled with love and trust, that they can have a story like us. Someday, baby, you and me, the rat race behind us, be lost at sea. Blue endless sky, ocean all around, only place big enough for the love that we have found. You know you saved me. You saved me. All the things that you do, dreams coming true, you save me, yeah. You save me, you save me, the way you save me. Oh, you save me. Cheers. Wait a second. Sherry Smith. That is not very nice. Let's see. Dead fish, iodine, campfire, and dirt. That's how you spell it, though. It's really good. Don't listen to Sherry. Okay. Next song. Next problem. Let's see. A. Oh, I see. Unfair of me, Sherry. Yeah, I've never known Sherry to actually be down about any alcohol. That is Karina's mama, by the way. For those of you who are wondering why I'm giving guff to one of my gatherers. Her and Doug live out in Michigan, and any time that we are traveling through as a band, we stay with them, and a lot of good memories. All right, let's see how we do here. So that last song was "The Way You Saved Me," and was a song that was written from my friend Zon about his wife Allie, and And that was really cool. I don't know if some of y'all remember our fan involvement campaign as we were putting together the last album. But there was an option on there to you could sign up to have me write a song for you, and I loved hearing their story and getting into just the love that these two people share and trying to create a song from that. This was also a song that I wrote for somebody else. This was for those of you that were at the Ramble. You may have remembered we had a chef, Jason Sobosinski, come in and cook breakfast with me. That was crazy and really fun. And Jay was the star of a show on the Food Network called The Big Cheese. And this was the theme song. I wrote the theme song for that show. So here we go. We're going to see if I remember it. I like it from the farm where the coats are fat. Nope. Starting again. Ah. I like it from the farm where the goats are at, where the sheep are hanging and the cows are fat. I like it on a cracker or a slab of bread. I like it with a whiskey or a beer instead. I want a belly full of curds and rye. You hear me hollering every time. I want some cheese with my cheese. I want some cheese with my cheese. I know a little spot where the grub is good. They bring it all in local from the neighborhood. Throw it on a burger, mix it in with the rice, add a slab of thick bacon and it go down nice. It can come in a wheel or a box or a crate, as long as it's gonna fill up my plate. I want some cheese with my cheese. 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 Oh. I agree, Colleen. I agree with you. All right. How else shall we challenge ourselves tonight? Can you hear everything okay? I got a microphone set up. I got a new computer. thanks to Superbud. Thanks for being patient with me. All right. We're going to try one. And you know what? I have to. There was an awesome article that came out in a local paper down in Goshen, Connecticut. And the guy wrote an awesome article about the music and the gatherings. And I've yet to answer his question about this, but one of his questions for me, I owe him an email, is Daniel the Brave, the song, Pretentious Beginnings, Daniel the Brave, is that part of a longer musical that I'm writing, and yeah, that's kind of been the vision from the beginning, and I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to get enough time to finish it, but it's nice to think about it, and I've got a handful of songs from it so far. Most of them have not been released, and this is one that I shared a couple months ago, so let's see how she goes, okay? This is called Whiskey Memphis Sky. I've been hiding like a rat in a coal mine. I've been sweating like a thief in confession. Tell me stories I'll believe. Show me something I can see. Smoky Salt Creek rhythm shine, tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Feast their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. I've been shaky like the son of a gambler. I've been rattled like a snake in a hole. Prop me up on solid ground. Wake me when the sun comes round. Smoky Salt Creek rhythm shine, tastes like Sunday, pours like wine, and they feast their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. catch it on the run. Smoky, so rhythm shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Smoky, Salt Creek rhythm shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Face their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. Yeah. I didn't quite do that. I didn't quite do that bridge right. I've been waiting it out for a scattered ray of sun, but I figured it out. Sometimes you have to get it on. That's it. So I'm just gonna sing that bridge to you the way it's supposed to go. On that whiskey Memphis sky. Here it is. I've been waiting it out for a scattered ray of sun, but I figured it out. Sometimes you have to catch it on the run. Smoky, so rhythm shine. Tastes like Sunday, pours like wine. Feast their eyes on this whiskey Memphis sky. Had to get it right. I'm gonna have to, I think, swap out guitars tomorrow night, I think. I'm becoming self-conscious in how much I'm having to tune. There we go. This was a song that I wrote and shared, I believe, just once with you all gatherers, and you know, it was born from an experience I had, not a great experience. Very good friend of mine. He and we probably all are tangentially connected to a story like this these days. But a good friend of mine had a son who became addicted to opiates, and that led to heroin. It was a hard thing to watch happen, and it was a slow bleed for a long time, and it involved just, all of the classic things that serious addiction leads to. Theft and car accidents and homelessness and just the saddest story, my friend's son is still around and out there, and I've seen him once or twice, and I've given him some, I've connected with him, and it's just a heartbreaking thing, especially, as I think more and more often on a future in which I hope to be able to be a father, and it's just a hard thing to think about. It's a hard thing to think about. When it was happening, of course, felt bad for the kid, but I was also real angry. I mean, it's complicated, right? For those of you who have dealt with any kind of addiction, or somebody that you love addicted to something, right? It's just a hard time, because there can be a lot of anger wrapped up in all of the other emotions that are happening at the same time, right? And so anyways, this is a song called Long Haul Running. I think I've only shared it with y'all once. Around like a king, you dismiss everything. Someday soon it'll all come back around to you. You'll of course do what you will. Mind the blood is spilled. Someday soon it'll all come back around to you. Life is a long haul running, and every soul that's on top find it all. Foundations crumble when they're built on top of clay. I've tried to bend your ear. It's no use, will not hear. Someday soon it'll all come back around to you, yeah. None of us will be surprised, yeah, when your fall is on the rise. But someday soon, it'll all come back around to you. Life is a long haul running, and every soul that's on top today find it all. Foundations crumble when they're built on top of clay. And of course we will be here when you're lost. We'll pick you back up, dust you off. Poor king with his broken crown, with the throne in a castle crumbling down. You won't feel all the love around until you lost it all. You gotta pick it back up again. It's just a matter of when. Life A lot of memories happen in that song. And I think that that's probably a song. I don't really ever say this about any of the songs that I share, and who knows, right? But that's a song that I'm not sure I would really ever. I don't know if I'd want to release it. We've talked a little bit before about sometimes I'm writing a song with an audience in mind, and sometimes I'm just writing it to get something off my chest, to express something that I'm feeling and I'm dealing with, right? I've got for those of you that know that piano song, All This Time, that I've been playing, that we're working on in the studio right now. That's a song that deals with addiction, but it's gentler, and it's sad, but it's saying, you still have time to start again. I still believe in you, right? This one is dealing with a little bit more of the anger side of things, and I'm not sure that I want to release a song dealing with addiction. Is something that so many of us have dealt with, been connected to. We know those feelings, and I'm not sure that the being angry at an addict song is something that needs to be out there. Maybe it's just something that I share with you all because that's what we do here. I don't know. Anyways, I was also feeling like I tried to put this little thing here this time around, but it feels a little intense to me. How about that? Probably a little more appropriate. Probably up here is more out of the way too, isn't it? I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. It's complicated stuff, isn't it? And that's one of the things I love about art. It can hit. Sometimes we're dealing with things. I'm dealing with things. How's that? Sometimes I'm dealing with things that it's not easy to talk about, and even if I tried to talk about it, it doesn't feel like words can express it very well. So art helps with that for me. Okay, so let's see. This is a song I've only shared once with y'all. It's called Seasons. Song written before I fell in love with Allie. Struggling with my inability to feel like I was ready to give such a big part of myself to another person, to share that with another person. And it's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting on kind of the cusp of getting married and thinking about having a family and all that stuff. As we get to the third verse of this song, it's kind of interesting to hear what I was thinking about as a little, 24-year-old, something like that, when I wrote this song. But I was wondering ahead about what it might be like to be closer to in the place where I am right now. I was thinking about that today and kind of digging it. Anyways, here we go. Let's see how this goes. Again, this is probably, some pretty early writing from me, and so I don't know. I think I said this the first time I shared this song. It would almost, if I was sharing this song, if I was in some kind of a showcase or something like that, and somebody said, all right, Adam, Ezra is up, one song, play it. Bruce Springsteen's in the audience. This would not be the song I would choose. This is an example of like an early sketch, an early attempt at writing a song, at expressing the things that I was feeling through art and music. So, and it's fun to share. And it's fun to share those with you. One with the giving smile, come sit with me a while. We can talk a little, we can talk all night. Take a walk, if the breeze is nice, and you can come back to my place, and we can make love. You could just kiss my face. But if I should stare just a bit too long, or think about you after you are gone, if you find my heart falling into your fist, then I must insist that you put it right down. Put it right down. Put it right. Pretty love, do you have a little time to lend? I'd like to see you again. You taste like spring and you smell as sweet. I load off of my lonesome feet, and I can come over, I could stay all night. Make love to you till the morning is bright. But if you'll be waiting for my next call, or see a summer breeze blowing into fall, if I feel your heart in my wintry mind, warning you that I will be kind, and put it right down. Put it right down. Put it right down. There's too much I wanna do to prioritize us two. So I will say goodbye to you. fall in love. She won't be perfect, but she'll be enough. We'll have a couple kids and some big old fights, and cuddle up on winter nights and watch the sunsets and the seasons change from a little house on a little lane. And when times get rough, I will concentrate on the good stuff. And if I ever catch the whim of skipping town, I sure hope I'm strong enough to put it right down. Put it right down. Put it down. Let it down. Put it down. Put it down. That one's called Seasons. I'm glad you like it. I would hang out in the summers with, I had a couple friends, Jackie and Rob. They were brother and sister and brother, Jackie and Rob. And they were good friends of mine. And I was just learning how to, and it was very young. I was in my early 20s, just figuring out how to write songs. And that was, that was the song for them that they were like, and it's funny how things, especially in the beginning of chapters, right? Impressions stick, right? I remember my first criticism on the first review of my music, right? Like that sticks. But I remember Jackie and Rob, whenever I would sit in down with them and we would hang out, right? We'd be late at night or something like that. They'd say, "Hey, can you play the song?" It was just known as the song because that was their favorite song. And they would say, "Will you play the song again? Will you play the song again?" And it's funny, right? Because there were lots of things I was experiencing in that time. But it was one of the first times that stands out to me where like somebody really wanted to listen to one of my songs over and over again, right? And they were friends; they were not fans, but that was like that was the closest thing, right? It was the first time I felt like there was like a genuine like, oh, I want to hear that song again, not just like, oh, you're my friend Adam and I'm listening to you learn how to write songs. That's pretty cool, right? Anyways. Some songs, some deep cuts tonight, right? Here's another song I only shared once. And I was thinking about this tonight. This comes from a time when I had one of my best friends. Freshman year of college, he experimented. He was hanging out with some people, probably not some great people, right? He was hanging out with some not great people, and he was experimenting with acid, and he had a bad trip, and it really tweaked him, and for a long time, and I mean, he would probably say that he's never been quite the same. I mean, he's fully recovered. That was over 20 years ago, right? And he's wonderful. He's doing great. But that experience changed him forever. Or a couple months in there where he was having a very hard time understanding, like just basic conversations. It was like whatever neural pathways he was used to using in his brain that helped take sounds and people talking and visual signals and like interpret them into common sense situations, they were not working with him. And it was very, very scary. It's scary to see a friend that you grew up with in that spot, right? So this was a song I wrote with him in the basement of my mom's house. He was just hanging out. Most nights I would just call him up and I'd say, "Hey man, come on over. Let's hang out," and try and do some stuff to just kind of like help him out. I know. So my dad does sculpture, right? We had some clay at my dad's place, and one night we were over there and we were making. I was trying to figure out ways for him to kind of be able to express himself, right? So we were sculpting on a clay, and it's funny because he made this very stoic looking mask, right? And like no emotions, very rigid face, and I remember seeing that and I was like, oh man, that has got to be a metaphor for something you're feeling trapped behind, right? So anyways, this was a song kind of written in front of, kind of with my friend, and it's called Mask, and it was just as an exercise, right? Like just trying to like doing some like word association with music, seeing if music would just make it easier, right? And I took this experience that we had this night when we were playing around with the guitar and just kind of word association, simple word association games and that kind of thing. And I wrote this song. I also think this is interesting too, because this is an example of some early writing of mine, really influenced by a lot of the rock and roll coming out of the 1970s, that classic rock, 60s and 70s. I grew up listening to. One thing that does not happen as much anymore with popular music is, these people and these guys in those bands, Led Zeppelin would be playing a verse and then they play, and then they would do something completely different as a band, right? Come out of left field musically, and then they'd come back to a chorus, and then they'd come back to a chorus. There were no rules, and I think that I was not following as many rules in the songwriting, or I was a little freer, or was maybe just a little more influenced in listening to some of those old bands from that era when I wrote this one, because really it is not the kind of verse and chorus that might go together in a song that I would write these days. And maybe that's a really great thing to come out of me digging into the old songs, right? Is that like helps me remember, oh yeah, that was kind of cool what I was doing when I was trying, what I was going for back then. So anyways, this one's called Mask. So many colors are in my mind, so many days I leave behind, so many things have passed me by in the solemn blink of my eye. How can I find my way home from this journey that's done me wrong? And I must find my way home before another day has gone. Autumn leaves are red and brown. In my mind, it's my hometown. When I'm with good friends of mine, I am lost in my own time. How can I find my way home from this journey that's done me wrong? And I must find my way home for another day has gone. Day has gone. Light brown mask will take my place to a world that I can't face. When I'm with good friends of mine. Oh, that's the wrong line. I'll go back to it, okay? A light brown mask will take my place world that I can't face. All their lips, they point my way, but I can't understand what they're saying. I can't understand. Won't you help me understand? I can't understand. How can I find my way home from this journey that's done me wrong? And I must find my way Yeah, nice to have. Nice to have a night digging deep a little bit with y'all. Um, I was looking at some of my notes, and there's still a bunch of songs. I still got lots of songs that I've never shared before. Maybe once we're back out in the desert. I keep talking about all the stuff we got to do with the album projects uh, uh, on the horizon, and there's just, you would think that we'd be running out of stuff to do, but there's a lot. There's a lot. Thanks for all the claps, and thanks for being here, and thanks for spending the night hanging with me a little bit. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May it turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say that it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us, golden we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we had. These moments pass lightly and they won't come again. May our lives all burn bright right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us, darling, we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Please stay safe. keep on looking out for one another. I'll see you again tomorrow.